Have you seen this guy on social media? Ramin EKHTIAR. Have you seen him?
6 weeks ago, I stood right here and I warned you. I said California wants to track every mile you drive and charge you for it. Some of you didn't believe me. Some of you said, Ramin, that'll never pass. Well, it just passed the assembly. AB 1421, January 29th, 2026. It's real. It's happening. And it's headed to the Senate right now. So let me break down exactly what this means for your family, your wallet, and damn it, your privacy. Because this isn't just about money anymore. This is about the government putting a tracker in your car and knowing everywhere you go.
I'm hooked, man. I'm in. I think he's fantastic. I have such a good time. And then I find out that he's never really been all that involved in politics. He's not a media guy per se. He's a money guy. He's a loan officer, and well, I'll let him tell you because he's on my show today, and I'm looking forward to it. And I met him at the California GOP convention down in San Diego. He walked. I was in a room. It was for veterans, a bunch of vets in there with the candidates coming in, telling us why they love us so much because of our military service and so on and so forth. No, not anything we don't hear all the time. Which there's nothing wrong with that if you really feel that way. If you're disingenuous and you're saying it just because it's the thing to say, most of us aren't interested. We don't want platitudes. And there was one candidate in particular that's all I heard for 3 days. And his opponent won over my heart and mind. Maybe we'll talk about that. I don't know. I'm not naming names yet, but Ramin will probably bring it out in me. Let's talk about the California GOP because that was his first convention. He'd never been there. He's been thrust into the political world, and he saw a lot of the ugly stuff. As I said before, I love sausage, but dang it, when you see all the crap that goes into it, it makes you just not want to ever eat it again. That's what it is when you go to these conventions. Truly. Ramin saw how it all worked, and we were on the phone yesterday, and he was asking me some questions about this and that and the convention and so on. And I said, let's just get on the air, man. So he's on my show today, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to you meeting him as well on Do Not Talk. Oh, first, do me a favor, please. A couple of favors. One, hit that like button. That helps with the algorithms. It also helps if you comment down below, but it's got to be more than 5 words. I know, stupid, but that's the algorithm thing. Otherwise, they count it as a bot. So, hey, CharLee, I love your show. There you go. That's 6 words. And thank you for that. So everybody write that down below, would you? Because I'm shallow that way. And also, if you can share these shows, because I'm not on Facebook and Instagram anymore. They deleted me from the platform. I did a little show about this fraud called Pride Month that seemed to do a lot of triggering amongst the homo mafia, as I call it, in social media. So they've pulled me from those platforms. So share these shows, and that helps get the word out. And I've been growing. Rumble's been growing, thank God. The pay over there sucks. I made $52 last month. That's it. I'm not doing this for the money. This cost me money. So those are the 3 things you can really help me there. But also you can help me stay on the air if you actually buy some of my merchandise. A little Fire Stick remote. Let's talk about politics and religion. Come on. You know you want that mug. You know you want to drink out of it at work. You know you do. Strap on a set. I also got hats like this one. This is one of my particular favorites. Am I wrong? This is another hat, CharLeeSimons.com. And I got hats, shirts, mugs, all that there. And when you buy these products, they share in the profits with me. And you help me stay on the air. Because frankly, this first quarter has sucked. Money-wise, it's been very hard. Very, very hard. So you can support me that way at CharLeeSimons.com. Or if you just want to give, you want to support the ministry, please do. You can do that there as well. 3 or 4 different ways at CharLeeSimons.com. CharLeeSimons.com. Ramin, let's get him in the mix now. Hit it. Well, my friend, welcome to the big old bad old broadcast.
Awesome. I love it, Charlie. Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks for being had. That's my favorite joke. How did you find the world of politics after being in basically money most of your career?
Well, interesting. It's not for me. I'm a very naive person, I guess. Very simple. I think what I say is what I mean, and not what I intend. I tend to step on toes if I want to, dance around things. I don't like it. So, but it's
That's
interesting.
what I like about you. I saw you interviewing all kinds of people, all kinds of office holders and so on, but you had press credentials. I got denied press credentials by the
Yeah,
California GOP. They've given them to me in past conventions, but this time they said no. Very interesting. But I've been pretty critical of the California Republican Party. What did
and that's
you think of
potential.
it? What
Uh,
did you think of it? It has
I
potential. Of course it does.
It really does, and I wish we'd all be in the same camp. I mean, even within the California GOP, you've got the California Republicans, CRA, you've got the California GOP, you got a bunch of other acronyms I don't even know. And so it's interesting that we're such a small group of people with the same thoughts, but we got so many little fights and feuds and stuff like that, which is what it is. I guess any family has fights and feuds, so I get that. But this is to me, honestly, you've seen my show, so I got up on my roof and started complaining about PG&E, and I think this election is so existential. I'm not being, hyperbolic or anything like that. I will take you back to 2016. If Hillary would have won, where the hell would you be right now? Right?
Mm.
God forbid if we saw what Biden did, and God forbid if our lady friend Kamala gets in the mix, it's over. Really, we're so on the edge, and I think Washington, Franklin, all these guys would be rolling in their graves right now. I think, where the hell did you guys take us, man? It's insane, and I think this is such an existential election this year. We got to team up, and we got to be friends with our neighbors and our coworkers. We have talked to Uncle Charlie, who missed Thanksgiving since COVID because we didn't like his politics or whatever. You got to put him back in the fold. You got to buy Uncle Charlie a cup of coffee, buy your neighbor, go there with some flowers, and let's talk. We just need to talk because this is bad.
It's not sustainable, that's for sure.
Absolutely
That's how
not.
that's how civil wars get started. Now we're
Yeah,
seeing it with all the protests. By the way, it's ramping up. It's not an accident. Come every summer now. That's the left's plan: disrupt, destroy, confuse, get people against each other, fighting each other. But ultimately, what's the goal of the left? Do you think? I have my theory. I want to hear yours.
Charlie, if you want to put on tinfoil hats, we can go down that lane. Okay. This whole globalist theme. I'm in real estate, so I see all these real estate mandates coming on with everybody wants to be in the center of a city. These 15-mile cities or 5-minute cities, they're called.
15-minute cities. Yes.
15-minute cities, yeah. And there was one being built in Saudi Arabia, the wall, which now is not being built anymore. But we got this AB, I think 79, where I can build an 8-story structure near any bus stop or a transportation center, they call them. These are not good things, in my opinion. Now, we can go down that route and say, okay, it's a globalist theme. It's the World Economic Forum. It's Klaus and his buddies, Bill Gates and all those guys. Or I don't know what other agenda there would be. I know for sure that Gavin Newsom's not in our camp. You know how he cleaned up San Francisco for the Chinese visit. That was something. All we saw was Chinese communist flags in San Francisco. That's all you saw. Not one red, white, and blue. No stripes, no stars. Chinese red. And it just amazes me. Okay, yeah, I get it. You got a dignitary visiting, but when you go to Saudi Arabia, are they putting the American flag everywhere? No, they got it on a couple of stands and make sure that everybody knows who the president is, and that's it. Their flag is waving. This is the Chinese flag waving. So just I think at some point we've sold out. Our politicians have sold us out, or we've sold out. I don't know which it is, but the guys that are in power right now, they're not working for us, man. And they are not working for us. And I get it. You want some money, fine. Grift a little bit, man. Go for it. Do whatever you need to do. But enough is enough. Okay, you've taken all the money I can give you, man. Okay, you're taking 15% of my income practically every single paycheck, right? Tax time, so forth. And that's just California. Don't even worry about the feds yet. You're taking me at the store. Nothing in the store is listed at price. It's got a sales tax on it. You're hitting me with gas. You're hitting me with a PUC. You're hitting me with a coastal commission. You're hitting me with all these different organizations, and every single one has a hand in your pocket. I did that video on San Francisco. There was a toilet that was supposed to go up in a park. The companies that make that toilet donated a toilet. Okay, 2 different companies came and said, we'll give you the toilet for this park. $900,000 in fees they had to pay to get that toilet that was free
Shut
installed.
up.
No,
Are you serious? They were putting it there
100%.
for homeless folks?
No, just a regular toilet, a public toilet. It cost $900,000 in hookup fees, environmental impact fees, sewer fees. I don't know what fees, you name it. You got to have an architect sign off on it, stamp it or whatever it is. Donate a toilet. Think about that. A company is willing to donate a toilet to your city, and you're gonna have $900,000 in fees to put that toilet in, hook it up, and get it passed by the building commission. That is sheer stupidity. Sheer stupidity.
Definitely not serving we the people.
Who are we the people, man? Look, I wasn't born here, but I went to school here. We had a thing called civics, and I was in honors history in high school, and we had to read the Red Badge of Courage, and I love the Federalist Papers. I love the Constitution, and you got to think about what those guys back then were thinking about when they wrote this thing. 250 years old. This is our 250th birthday. Man, that thing has stood the test of time. I love it, right? And it stood the test of time. Declaration of Independence. We're tired of King taking our money, and we want to represent ourselves. All right, let's make a country. All right, let's do it. What do you think we should put in there? Well, we should be able to speak freely. This is not by me telling you, it's by God telling us. I should be able not to have my home searched because they were having British soldiers walk into the home and say, hey, you're putting up 4 soldiers tonight, okay? No, you're not okay? You're okay with it now. Come on, guys, get inside the house. So this is the illegal search and seizure thing. We got the Second Amendment, which is very, very, look at Iran, okay? People didn't have the Second Amendment rights. So what do they get done? Mowed down in the streets, right? It's happening for you to see, and it's right in front of your face. But we're so stupid and blind right now, unfortunately, that we don't see these luxuries, this haven that we built for ourselves. This is the best place on earth. Best place. I don't care what country I've been to. When I come back, I'm like, Norika, we're home. I feel like we're home. I know what it looks like. I love the smells. I love the feel of it. I'm here. We don't get that anymore, man. I'm so sorry for the guys who are growing up now. They don't get these thoughts and things in their head. You guys, what is that one famous saying? Hard times create hard men. Hard men create good times. Good times create soft men, and soft men create bad times. And we're in the bad times right now. We need hard men. And parents, do your damn job and teach your kids some of this hardness. And I see a lot of that coming actually with the young Republicans. I'm seeing some of these guys wake up and thinking, this is not the way I want to live. This is not the America my parents came to. This is not my grandfather's America. And I don't know. I'm being nostalgic, man, but it hurts me to see that. And look, I'm an immigrant, dude. I came from another country, and I feel this way. Holy cow, what about the guys born here? This is your father's land. You had blood here. What are you doing with it, man? I don't know. There's my patriotic speech for the day. I'm sorry to rant like that, but that's how I feel.
Well, you're sorry. That's why I wanted to have you on.
Yeah.
Feel free, buddy. Rant away. The No Kings protests have been an embarrassment to me. The last thing we have
Idiots.
is a king. That's what we escaped. That's what why we're a constitutional republic, not a democracy. It's a brilliant form of government, never before tried, and it has last longer than anything that has ever attempted to do a constitutional republic in the history of the world. Yeah. And we have actually, even if it's just one time every couple of years, a voice. We have one vote, and we've abdicated that. We've thrown that away. My vote doesn't count. Stop saying that. Don't let anybody else around you say that. That's pathetic. You're part of the problem. We need to get all of us involved in doing our civic duty, because once it goes away, you don't get it back.
No,
not without a revolution, for heaven's sake. But the left,
we had one.
Revolution.
Let's not do another one. Yeah, and also they're tricking us. All these rules and the ballot boxes. So I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican. They'll always do the other side of things, right? So I'll say it's a Child Care Act, or I'll say it's the Helping Freedom Act, or whatever, and it's exactly against it. Most people don't read, and they just see, oh, there it is, the Freedom Act. Okay, that's the one. Click yes. Okay. And there you go, another tax on you, another right being taken away from you, another something. So First of all, read. If you can't read, throw it in Chat GPT or use an AI to tell you what the hell it means. But read, it's a responsibility. And if we overwhelmed a vote, if all of my neighbors voted, if everybody down the street over there voted, they can't cheat. They simply cannot cheat that much. So get out there and vote. It's your civic duty, 100%.
Amen. You're surrounded by a whole bunch of lefties where you live in the Bay Area.
Yes,
How's
sir.
that going for you?
Oh man, so when 2016, when Trump was running, I put a Trump sign in my front yard. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Nah, what are you doing?" So one by one, the neighbors used to walk by, and they're all Democrats in this neighborhood. So, but they would walk by like silently. They would be giving me a thumbs up next to their chest, so their wife can't see it. I was like, "What's going on?" All right, fine. So that election went great. 24 came around. Sorry, 20 came around. 24. I put a flag on my garage, huge flag, and my wife was livid. She's like, "No, you got to take that. We're gonna get egged. We're gonna get the house burned down." I didn't. And every neighbor that walked by, and I was saying, "Hey, man, really nice sign, dude. I like it. I like it." Only one or two neighbors here, and we have a lot of people who walk the neighborhood, but only one or two neighbors just give me some dirty looks. But I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. And if this man, I don't know how you feel about him, like him or hate him, he is taking America back to where it should be. We should be the leader in the world. We should at least lead our own hemisphere over here, and we got that back.
You
At
were
least for
just
the
a
next
kid
3
when
years.
your parents came out here. They escaped from Iran.
Yes, sir.
That was right when the whole Islamic takeover was ramping up, and then come 78, 79, we had a whole influx of people coming here from Iran. I'll never forget it, and all the Iranian that was the time of the Firebird Trans Am, the Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am.
Yes, yeah.
And I started seeing them everywhere. You Iranians were buying them like crazy. Did you have one?
No, I never
No,
had
you were
one.
just a
I was
kid.
too young. I was just a kid. I had a Rampart bike. My buddy had a Shimano bike or whatever, gooseneck or whatever. So, but yeah, nothing sexy. We weren't rich. We're not well to do. We had 25 acres in Hillmar. My dad wanted to ride a tractor with a suit, looking like Green Acres. My mom is Zsa Zsa Gabor. She wasn't having any of that. So we moved to the city, Turlock. So that's where I grew up.
Turlock.
Yeah.
That's where you grew up, huh?
Yeah.
That used to be a great place. Now it's just a bedroom community for all the people working in San Francisco and San Jose. But now you're in San Jose, and that's actually where I was born. I have a lot of life there, a lot of experiences there, and it used to be a really fun place to live. I don't know if it is anymore.
It's expensive.
Spent a lot of time going over Highway 17 into Santa Cruz area, hitting the ocean.
My favorite road.
Every weekend. Yeah, I
love
it.
that.
I love it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, it's really cool. But it used to be. I don't know what it's like now. I don't think the Bay Area has anything for me.
There's still good people here, honestly, and like I told you, I've converted a few people in this neighborhood. At least I know that they're Republicans now, and they're seeing things the way I'm. A couple doors down used to be a Democrat, and now we have these block parties every now and then. We have a bonfire in the middle of the court, and I've come to find out he changed parties. Why? Well, they're not going the way I want them anymore. It's and interesting. All right, cool. Tell me more. So we have conversations all the time. I think we only have one Democrat left on my court, but I gotta hammer the rest of the streets here and try to convert. Look, it's not about conversion.
That is amazing to hear.
Yeah, well, it is. It's because they've had enough. Enough is enough is enough. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna. My goal is to talk to 25, 30 people at least before this election, and make them see some of the light. And that's what I'm doing with my videos. They're hitting us in the pocketbook every single turn we take. They're taking some money out every single turn. Whether it's the solar band-aid, I've got 27 solar panels. I still pay $8,000 a year in energy costs with just two people living here. All my lights are LED. I'm a computer geek, so everything is computer controlled with Google and Alexa and all that goodness. And this house still has an $8,000 energy cost with 27 brand new solar panels on the roof. How is that even possible? It's possible in California.
What a scam! Just another scam. Mm-hmm. Your mayor of San Jose there, Mahan, he's running for governor of California. Yes. What do you think of him?
So
he's supposed to be a centrist. Now that Eric Swalwell has dropped out, maybe he stands a chance. I don't know. I hope not.
Well, I think he's going to get in the game. He's a tech bro, right? He's got tech money. I think he's got $5 million, if I'm not mistaken, or a little bit more in the coffers right now. I liked him when he was running for mayor. I'm going to change things. I'm going to get the homeless off the street, so forth and so on. Ever
Did he?
since he's been mayor, no, we have an increase in homelessness. Now, there's a couple of words you want to put in there. This is another tactic of the Leninist, Marxist, whatever, left you want to call it. They change words. It's unhoused. So if you want to talk about unhoused versus homeless, unhoused has gone down. Yeah, we provided housing for them. But homeless has gone up by, I think it's 287 or 186. I forget the number in my head, but it's gone up since we had the program. Just like we're doing in California, all across, up and down, millions and millions of dollars, billions of dollars spent, and homelessness has increased. California is the #1 state for homeless populations. Biggest. We're the highest taxed. We got the most homeless. We got the highest gas prices. That's our state.
When you do your shows, they're very well prepared. You've done your research. How did that get started?
Okay.
Like I said, you're a money guy, a loan officer, a real estate agent. You're a money guy. How did that get started doing the podcasting thing?
I work for Loan Depot, and Loan Depot has an awesome VP of marketing. His name is Alec Hansen, and he started off with, "How come aren't you guys turning on your cameras on Zoom? Why are you guys all black, with little icons? All right, we turn on our cameras. How come you guys aren't doing Instagram videos or shorts on YouTube, letting people know about what you do?" Okay, fine. So I got a couple scripts together. I got in front of a camera, figured out this angle is better than this angle, whatever, and then did a few videos, and that was about 2 years ago. Nothing big. I think I had like 500 followers on YouTube, maybe 1,000 on Instagram. Then I got my PG&E bill. I told you, I got 27 solar panels, $1,896 for a true up in April. Where am I going to find $2,000 to pay these guys? I've been paying $500 a month. How am I going to do this? So then I got up on my roof and I did a video. This is what PG&E did to me. Then 2 days later, the government thanked me again with a $455 water bill. What? 2 people. Okay. I've got electronic everything. Everything is monitored down to the ounce of water that goes outside. $455. I got livid. So this was during Thanksgiving, and obviously Thanksgiving time, nobody's buying houses and stuff like that. So I just started getting on the camera more. I said, I'm going to do a video every day until I die, until I get things fixed here. And I've missed maybe 7 or 8 days since November 26th. But I've been on here consistently doing drops and helping people understand what they're doing. And actually, one of the cool things I've done now is I'm going to do again with this new bill that's coming out, Nick Shirley. I don't know if you heard about that Nick Shirley bill they want to put out, right?
Isn't that something?
I put phone numbers on my videos.
Against the Constitution.
Wouldn't you think that,
No.
Think about that, right? And just what? Because you're showing me the fraud, you're showing me the name of the person who's committing the fraud.
The irony of ironies is the woman who wrote that bill is Mia Bonta, and her husband is the frickin' Attorney General, California.
So I did a video about these constitutional things they're trying to take away from us. I put the phone numbers of every single person who voted for this, and it's funny. I'm not a celebrity, but I'm blessed. Thank God. I really thank you, God, for everything you give me, honestly. Look, I came back from the convention. I had to film a segment for the interview, an intro and outro. So I was sitting at the pizza place filming, and a couple walks by. "Hey, I heard that voice. I know who you are." I'm like, "What? What's going on?" The guy turns out to work for the motor pool at the VTA. He said, "I saw that video you made about, I think it was mileage tax, and I printed it out, all the phone numbers that you told us to call, and I gave it to all the employees in the motor pool." What? Me? I did this? Really? So things are happening. I don't know, maybe it's my voice, maybe it's these stupid glasses I wear, whatever. People recognize me and they're listening because they're tired of the grift. They're tired of just being sucked dry. 1,000 mosquitoes. I just did a video on a mosquito bill, Santa Clara County mosquito abatement thing. It's called a vector control, right? They're putting a bill on, and it was designed for you to throw it away. It looked like junk mail, okay? It doesn't say anything official on there. It's nothing sexy. If you don't vote or if you throw it away, it's a yes. All right. It's another $12 or $14.75 or something like that. Not a big deal. But they did this back in 1996. So they got my $15 there per year. They added another one in 2005. That's 30. Now they want to add another one. That's $45. And this is where things start to stack up on top of each other, one by one by one, until you're paying 25%, a quarter of a percent more for property tax. So, in California, we have Prop 13. 1% property tax. If your house is $1 million, you pay $100,000. You pay $10,000 a year. But that's not how we calculated a mortgage. We calculated 1.25. Where's that 0.25 come from? Yeah. The grift that these guys are sucking in. Mosquito control. Yeah, I'm all for having no West Nile virus and stuff like that. I'm all for that. But you already charged me for that. You guys can't control the money that's coming into your system every year, and you're losing money. How is that possible? Then you guys don't know what you're doing. So sorry, fire that guy. Get somebody that knows what they're doing. That's all the money you're going to get from me. I'm not going to give you any more. I don't want to give you any more. That's it. That's what it comes down to. This is one
And by
grift after
not
another.
returning it, it's a yes vote.
It's a yes vote, man. It's a yes vote. It's a stupidity, right? Who voted for this?
Apparently, a lot of people did not.
Well, they get you with trigger words: mosquitoes, control, West Nile, disease,
vector,
child,
cool.
hospice, care for the elderly, fire victims. Lies, lies, lies.
Yeah. Do you think the California GOP did not endorse a Republican candidate for governor?
Interesting.
And the media did exactly what I said they would do. I was pulling for a dual endorsement. Why don't we just endorse them both as a party? Why don't we just endorse them both? Because of our jungle primary. You know about the jungle primary?
Yeah, I do. Top two guys go to the vote.
Ridiculous idea. It's been extremely effective in just killing off the Republican Party as we know it in California, at least in representative government. And I hope if we get a Republican governor that they will end that, because that is just a dismal failure. It's been very successful for the left, but they cheat. They got all kinds of voter fraud. They got millions of illegals voting. They're always going to vote for wherever they think the freebies are going to keep coming from. And they know that us on the right are like, no. You're going to have to be responsible for this. And we don't have this kind of money. You're going to have to figure it out if you want to be here. And by the way, did you come here illegally? Get out. Go back and fix your own country. But that's me.
Seriously.
The mass deportations that we were promised has not been happening. The protests against ICE all across the country and in California fighting against it every step of the way because we're a sanctuary state, another dismal failure. Do you think we actually, despite the California GOP, could have a Republican governor this time? It's been 18 years.
God, I pray. So here's what they were at: 14%. I think one of them's polling at 14, the other one's polling at 13. So within the margin of error, I get that. So that's 28%, right? That's all the Republicans done. End of story. The rest of the guys in the state are Democrats, and what I understand the word now, NPP. Okay, no party whatever, no party preference, or independence. That's the majority of the state, and actually Democrats, I think, are only 30%, if I'm not mistaken. So the rest of it is the guys who want independent, right? Those are the guys we need to convert. And what's scary at the convention I met a gal named Elaine Colati. You know Elaine? Yeah,
I'm familiar with her. I've not interviewed her.
She had a show called Underground Billionaire or something like that in Fresno, where she was just, buying properties and turning them around and doing things. She was on the Adam Carolla show. She was on Mike Rowe's show. I love Mike Rowe. And I took to her. I was like, wow, I know this lady. And so she saw me on the convention floor. And she said, I want to interview. I said, okay, come on, let's talk. Wow. She is impressive, but here's the problem. She can take votes away from us, potentially, number one. Number two, why aren't Hilton and Bianco working on getting her into the mix, into the crew, one of them, and then get her to grab some of the independents and put them in our camp? Well, number three, why in the hell are not Chad and Hilton working together? Come on, man. Put your pride aside. Really, this is existential, CharLee. This is not another election. I talk to a lot. I do mortgages, so everybody's telling me in my chats and my comments and emails I'm getting, I'm moving to Texas. I'm going to go to Tennessee. I'm going to go to Florida. I'm going to go to Nevada. I'm going to go to Arizona if this election doesn't go through. And it's not one. It's not two. I swear to you, go through my comments on my channel. Thousands. We got a Californian leaving every minute and 45 seconds right now. Right now. That's not great.
It's not sustainable. But
No,
if you're trying to take down a nation because you hate it so much, the best way to do that is to take down California. get rid of the middle class. We're the ones that start businesses. We're the ones that start realizing, you know what, the last thing I want is the government more involved in what I'm doing. Get out. And we're the ones who ultimately become more conservative, the middle class. And so they got to get rid of us. They want the haves and have-nots. The have-nots are going to be serving the haves, and the rest of us middle class, we couldn't care less. Get out. That's seriously. And I keep thinking, well, it's going to destroy and dismantle and ruin their own economy here. And their attitude is, as Hillary Clinton said, you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet. Well, I'm not particularly fond of omelets. I don't want your omelet. Give me steak and eggs. I see so many of us. We better step up. This is and you're absolutely right. This is the most important election of our lifetime. That's an old cliche that gets thrown around every election season, but I've never thought it was more true than now. It is absolutely real. We got to get rid of this, or California's going down by design. It's not an accident.
That's the sad part. And then the more I investigate, the more I go down these rabbit holes, the more I see this is intentional. Because you really have to hate something really a lot to do some of the things you guys are doing to the state. You can't just do this because you're thinking about the people. Even this Nick Shirley thing, that's not about the people. That's not trying to save the hospices from being doxxed. That's trying to save you from being caught. This, all the grift, the $24 billion from the homeless side, the mileage tax. The mileage tax is a joke to me. All right, complete joke. I don't know if you met JW. I think he is a Teamster. He's running for
JW Payne. Yeah, he's a friend of mine.
Awesome guy. But anyway, look at what are you charging the mileage tax? You got the highest gas taxes in the country. So that stuff is supposed to go towards fixing my roads. My property tax is supposed to go to fix the
gas taxes. The gas tax doesn't help them when they're pushing us out of gas powered vehicles into electric. So they have
your property tax. But how much of the freeways, what percentage of the freeways and the roads in California are being paid for by the gas tax? Something like, I want to say 20%. It's 17 point something, whatever. That's it. That's Highway 5s and 101s and 99s and all that goodness, right? The rest of them are junctions and, state junctions and the government road G17 or whatever it is. Those are the government roads. That's like another 20 or 30%, I believe. The majority of roads in California are my street. Okay, your street, Gear Road and Turlock, Monte Vista, Santana Road, San Tomas High Freeway, San Tomas Expressway. That's the majority. Those are funded by your property taxes. So that's the whole grift right there. And you're already paying more money on an electric car anyway. And the guys that ruin the roads, you guys saying the truckers, they already pay. They pay for the weight that they store in the back of the truck. When those weigh stations are there, that's the reason they're there. So that's what's this is a complete switcheroo, and they're lying to us. 100% lies. 100%. They just want to know where we're going, what we're doing. They got trackers on your car. That's how they're going to gauge your mileage. You're already paying the highest registration fees in the country here. I paid almost $1,700 for one of my cars here. Insane. So anyway, where's that money going? For the lady that doesn't take care of you in the DMV, you have to wait in line to talk to somebody who doesn't give a damn about you. That's your government at work. I don't want more government at work. And I don't think many people do.
And that's why we're not welcome here. We middle class are not welcome in our own state. That's so obvious to me. This is such an important election, and I'm glad to have your voice in the fight. What was it like when you came here from Iran? You were only about 4 years old, you said? Iran.
Camel jockey, whatever, sand nigger or whatever it was, right? Sand digger.
Did you hear all that? People call you that?
100%.
Really?
Man. But I went to a Christian school, so there wasn't so much of the cursing, but I was still a camel jock. I'm like, I've never seen a camel in my life. Can you guys, at the zoo, finally, my mom took me to the zoo in Oakland. I was like 9 or 10 years old. I was like, that's what a camel looks like? That's awesome. Whatever. So I'd never seen one before, But whatever. It is what it is. Hey, we're cavemen. At the end of the day, we're cavemen. And a guy who doesn't look like you, doesn't talk like you, who comes to your cave all of a sudden at the front door and is asking for strawberries or where'd that tiger go? Where's that saber tooth? We're not going to tell him. He's not my guy. He's not my part of my cave guys. Okay, so I get it. I understand. I'll give you some leeway on that. That's fine. And to me, I grew up in Turlock. I'm the biggest white boy there is at this point, right? So.
Well, I'm sorry you were poorly treated when you
No
first
worries.
came here.
No worries. No, I love
really
this place,
am.
man. This is my home. This is my country. I honestly, I think sometimes I bleed more red, white, and blue than most people that I
What do you
see
think
around me.
about good? Welcome to the club. What do you think about what's happening now in Iran?
I want more bridges and power plants down. Okay, and I think most people do too. If you want to go down that road, you've heard about 35,000 people being killed. So now that I think
42,000 last number
42 and plus. Okay, and
during
then
the whole
I've
blackout.
heard stories of kids hiding inside body bags, and their parents don't know where they are. They went to the morgue to go find the bodies of their children, unzip, and there's a live child who's been sitting there for 3 days, hiding inside the body bag, not moving, not saying anything, because afraid he's going to get killed. Doctors being held at gunpoint, don't fix them. Doors being closed at emergency rooms, don't let those guys in. So this is the stuff that I've heard from family members who were there, right? So feet on the street type of stuff, right? Which is kind of shocking. And this regime who's in control right now, they are not our friends, man. If we let up on this, I think it'll be another bad times for maybe 70 years at this point, right? You let those guys back in, they're not your friends, man. They want to kill us. They want to kill us. Not the regular Iranian people, right? The guys who are you and me in their house, afraid to go outside, okay? Afraid to go outside because we're going to get shot by the police, right? Think about that. Sit in your house and think about going outside. Or you guys remember during COVID, we had some riots. Think about not wanting to go outside your house because you're scared that somebody's going to shoot you with a machine gun. 45,000 of you with a machine gun in the street. Think about that and look at where you live. Okay, you're living here. Look at all the stuff you have, the freedoms, the ability to speak, not let the cops inside your house without a warrant, not see inside your car, not look for your papers, not do the whole German papers, please. None of that stuff, right? Look at what you got. You want to throw that away? Come on. Come on, guys. Please. I don't know how many Democrats you have watching your show, man. If you're a Democrat, I love you. If you're an independent, I still love you, okay? Come and vote for you, not for me, not for the Republicans. Hell with them all. Hell with them all. Vote for you. Be selfish. Vote for you and just go out there and vote, damn it, please.
Get registered to vote first at
Yeah.
registertovote.ca.gov.
There you go.
Registertovote.ca.gov. Get registered to vote. A third of the population claims to be Christian, yet only about 40% of them are even registered to vote. That is pathetic. Gun owners. I'm a fellow 2A enthusiast, and we suck. We don't show up to vote. We're not even registered. Well, I don't want the government involved. Well, your firearms are registered. Stupid. They're involved. You're already on that list with the DOJ. What the heck? Do something about it. Vote. Registertovote.ca.gov. Hunters. What the heck? Why aren't you registered to vote?
Yeah, and that hunting angle.
Ramin is right.
That's your
Listen
first
to what
gig.
Marine's saying. What's that?
Yeah, that hunting angle is your first foray into the whole Second Amendment thing. I've got friends who got safes full of guns, right? But think about them taking that shotgun away from you, that 22 that you have for your, when I got my first gun at 12 years old, my dad bought me. I was crying when he gave it to me. I was like, what? He trusted me enough to buy me a gun. It was amazing. But they're going to take that away from you guys if you guys don't vote little by little. They're just I just told you about the mosquito tax, $15 a year, $1.31 per month. Not a big deal. Yes, it's a big deal. That's where you need to stop it in its tracks. They don't need any more money from you. They don't need to give you any more regulations or laws. They don't need to do that. We have a lot of revenue in this state, too much, and it's being stolen.
The state's broke. Might be a lot of revenue, but we're broke.
Yeah, because it's being grifted.
Ramin, where do we find you? How do we find you? How do we follow what you're doing?
Ramin-Real Talk on YouTube. Hit me up. I'd love to see you guys on there. Please comment. My wife and I stay up usually till 4 in the morning answering comments when we do a video drop. There's so many comments. It's insane. And we answer them one by one. And if I don't get to you, sometimes I'm sorry I miss a few because there's so many comments. We dropped the Chad Bianco video the other day. I think there's 3,000 comments on that video. So answering these one by one, handcrafted, is a little bit difficult, but please, Ramin-Real Talk on YouTube, and you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Someone's stealing my content. Make sure you follow this guy.
There you go. Are you on Rumble at all?
I am not. I'd like to get on Rumble. It's just me and Norika. So our shop is small.
I thank God for Rumble because
I love it.
I've been so deplatformed on so many other things, and Rumble is always like, yeah, keep going, buddy. Thanks, my friend. Let's do this again.
Absolutely, anytime. And CharLee, I want to grab you on my show and we'll do a deep dive onto some things that piss me off. Okay.
Okay. All right, my man. Talk to you soon.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
I appreciate you very much. You'll like them once you start watching them. You'll go, oh, thanks, Charlie, for letting me know about Ramin. They always say in the media business all my life, never promote the competition, but I've never been that guy. I always figured a rising tide lifts all boats. And if you're going to watch somebody else instead of me, I'm glad I could introduce them to you because we only have so much time to watch things. I get that, but I'll always do that. I always promote other people who are doing this conservative talk, smart ones, not the dumb ones, not the full of foul language, reactionary, emotional crap, but actually smart people. That's what I try and bring to you. And Ramin is definitely one of them. Please go to my website, charliesimons.com, buy yourself one of these mugs, get yourself a hat, get yourself a shirt. And it's fun now. I'm having guests who have purchased some of my stuff, and they will send me a text. Hey, Charlie, this just arrived. That's a cool feeling. And you help me stay on the air that way because they share in the profits. So you can also give right there at the website as well if you just want to contribute. I'd say thank you very much in advance. May God bless you and keep you. May God bless America. But most importantly, America, bless God.